Okay, 3-119. 1 year ago, Josie moved into a new house and noticed a beautiful vine growing on the back fence. She recorded the data in the table below. So if we take a look at the table, we notice that these are the weeks that Josie moved in and the height of the vine down here. What we probably should notice first is that they're increasing the weeks by 1. And the height is increasing at a constant rate of 3 inches each time. So as we notice that, let's take a look at the questions. How tall is the vine 7 weeks after Josie moved in? Well, if we take a look at the table, the 7th week will be the next week. We're just going to increase the height by 3 inches. So on the 7th week, the height should be 25 inches. Okay, now how tall was the vine 3 weeks after Josie moved in? Well, if we take a look at this table again, 3 weeks goes before the 4. So if we notice, from 3 to 4 is an increase of 1 week. Oftentimes, a lot of us will add 3 this way and go plus 3 and say it's 19. However, we need to remember that we're going back in time, so we're decreasing the weeks. So that must mean that we have to think backwards. What plus 3 is 16? Well, 13 plus 3 is 16. So in 3 weeks, the vine was 13 inches. Now, how tall was the vine when Josie moved in? How do we know? Well, let's go ahead and we're going to continue, the table. And we're just going to go backwards. So 3 weeks in, we know it was 13 inches. 2 weeks in, we should decrease by 3. So it's going to be 10 inches. 1 week in, 7 inches. Now, a lot of us are going to say, okay, because number 1 is the first number 1 is where we start, the vine is 7 inches. However, the 1 week means 1 week after Josie moved in. So we're not actually looking for 1 week, we're actually looking for the 0th week. So in the 0th week, that's going to be 4 inches. Okay, so the vine was 4 inches, and we know that because we created the table showing a decrease of 3 inches each week. Okay, so 19 weeks after Josie moved in her house, how long was the vine 19 weeks in? And justify our answer. So there's a few different ways we could do this. We could continue extend the table. We could go 7 weeks was 25, 8 weeks was 28, 9 weeks was 31, 10 weeks was 34. Now, some of you guys are going to be tempted and double the 34 and then maybe subtract 3. So double it to get the 20th week. And then subtract, so 10 times 2 would be 20, and 34 times 2 would be 68. And you guys would subtract 3 inches because to find a 19th week. However, if we notice that at the 0th week is 4 inches, it's not a proportional relationship, so we won't be able to do that. So we can extend the table, but I think I realized a rule we could set. So maybe we could say that the rule is going to be if we let y represent the vine height, and if we let x represent the weeks that Josie has moved in, I think we could set a rule of, let's say, y equals 3x plus 4, because I know at the 0th week, when x is 0, 3 times 0 is 0, plus 4 is going to be 4. So that's how we know that we have this plus 4. With this, we can go ahead and set the 19th week. So we're going to say y equals, we're going to substitute the 19th week for x. plus 4. 3 times 19 is 57. Plus 4 is 61 inches. Okay, many of you guys are not going to come up with the rule since we're really just starting with equations. A lot of you guys will be extending the table. Finally, predict when the vine reached the top of the garage or when it's 94 inches tall. And there's a lot of different ways to do this. You guys might think that it's increasing. Let me use a different color. It's increasing by 3 inches each time. So if it's increasing by 3 inches every week, you guys might notice, okay, at 10 weeks, it's 34 inches. So we need to go, needs to grow how many more inches? Well, 94 is what we want. Minus 34 to get 60 inches. Okay, well, how many weeks does it take to grow 60 inches? Well, if it grows 3 inches every week, we know we could divide 60 by 3 to get 20 weeks. It'll take 20 weeks to grow 60 inches. So that's not saying that in the 20th week it's going to be 94 inches. That's saying we need to increase this by another 20 inches. I'm sorry, 20 weeks. And the inches will grow by 60. So we'll have 94, and 10 plus 20 is 30. So it will be 94 inches 30 weeks after Josie moves in.